Welcome to the Quest for Details. I'm Nate, and today we are going to go on a little adventure. We are here in the foothills of the coastal range of California. So that's above the San Francisco Bay and above the Napa Valley, and kind of in the mountain range that would divide all of the little coastal valleys that you may have heard of and the big Central Valley. The big great Central Valley. So we're in one of those tucks and folds, and we're going out to a place. It's actually directly next to Robert Louis Stevenson Park on Mount St. Helena, and it's a trail that takes you to Table Rock. So it's, I think, 2.5 miles one way. The deal is you have to get out there, go down a canyon, climb up the other side, solid switchbacks the whole way, and then you're on top of what we call the Palisades, which is like a huge volcanic rock outcropping that crests the entire northern part of the east side of the Napa Valley. And so it's like a gray rock cliff face, and we're going to end up on top of the biggest part of the wedge, and it gets smaller and smaller as it goes southwards and westwards. And so great views. People have built crazy rock maze circles out there. You get a good view of the back valleys and down into the Napa Valley and beyond, and sometimes out to the coast. The wind is blowing today. Sometimes that lifts all of the muck out of the pockets, and so we might have some incredible views. We're going with my friends Jamie and maybe Riley, I'm not sure, but they were in a video a long time ago when we went up to the falls of Zemzem, and they were moving far away, so they've come back for a visit because our kids all went together to school in our little valley out here, and so we're going to go explore some of the local area, and you are invited along with me, and that is the intro. It's incredibly long. I will see you after we have parked and made our way through the mayhem and madness of parking lots in California, and we found privacy on the trail. So I'll see you there. Here's the first view that you come along as we're heading out to Table Rock, and so this is the most upper part of Napa Valley.
That's a long ways away.
That is. It's like Santa Rosa, or Sonoma, Santa Rosa. You can see the far hills of Petaluma, and that means the coast, you know? Highway 29 twisting up the mountain. Oh, this camera's horrible for it. But these are all little druzy lined pieces of crystal, quartz crystals, little seam running across the path. And I really can't zoom in any closer than that. Oh, but here is a big piece.
You get really good at talking to yourself.
I do. I talk to myself forever. I told him you were here already, too.
Yeah.
So as you come up here, and we're looking down, there's the Napa Valley again. And all of this before, of course, was forested and is burnt. Looks really crazy because the trees are all laying down. But it's also your first view of the power circles at Mount St. Helena. So there's a big rock maze down here, and that's actually the top of Table Rock over here that we're looking at. So we have to go out here, and we have to climb down this crazy canyon, up the other side, and then that's the face of the Palisades running that way. And that's actually a massive 500-foot tall cliff right there. But first we're gonna go look at that because it's really cool. And I guess it doesn't have a forest around it anymore like I remember, because the forest is gone. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. That's where we're going, is there. There's the rock circle. There's the highway twisting up. This is just all volcanic. All the light colored rock you see is tuft. And you have rhyolites and andesites and all the cemented ashes and volcanic rocks on top of it. And that cliff face there just goes straight down all the way along. That's what's known as the Palisades. There you can see entire Napa Valley stretching down, and that's actually Mount Diablo off in the distance. So that's the East Bay of San Francisco. Well, they have to be paying attention for sure. Because I put... What just happened? Oh, here they are. Wow, those could hide there for a while.
Find the right ones that fit like little puzzle pieces.
We're up there. Now we're down here. And look at all this fallen down trees. That is really crazy. This has to be the maze. There it is. It's over there. But it's already fairy god boulder land. Fairy god boulder. So if you like rocks, we have rocks for you. We have big rocks, we have small rocks, 25-cent rocks. You can come here all day long. We have spirals of rocks, stacked rocks. Wow. This is actually really incredible as it's developing, because the people have caused ruts into it, actual ruts, and then the rocks themselves and the plants that they're holding are now stopping the erosion, where over here it's happening more and more. So it's creating raised up islands, and then the movement of the little gravels in it have made little ledges, so it's like 3D. It's been terraced by the retainment of sunstones and not others. Wow. I've come here for a lot of years, but there's the actual big one over there, but there's been so many thousands of people now that have walked on this that it's actually change the terrain. You can see here how much that's like 3 or 4 inches of erosion. So the path used to be flat across there, so it's making it really dramatic, and I think in a cool way. And not a lot of soil is actually being lost from the erosion. It's actually being caught in the next spot. So, oh, check out the altar in the middle. That is really awesome. That's a more recent development on it. It's a piece of art that's evolved the whole way through because people have been adding to it and building on it, but now nature itself is doing that thing where it's adding the different terraces on it. Did you find a geocache?
I did.
Look at the altar.
A lighter.
A lighter.
Californian, you get chapstick. It's perfect.
We're gonna put diamonds in it, right?
Yeah. Got some hydration.
Yeah. But look at the scale of this, where she's actually sitting, and then the size of. That's good. I like having some reference of size. Look at that. Wow.
Got handcuffs.
Handcuffs?
Finger cuffs.
That is crazy. Do you think people were carrying Seattle finger cuffs with them?
Or do you think they're like, oh, there's a geocache. What's weird that we can.
Oh yeah, so
them
they
off.
can contribute it to each thing.
Yeah.
So here's our diamonds. We're gonna stash them in these mazes too.
We got wish tickets. I don't know what those are.
A little handful of those puppies in there. Because people are going to take a couple. We could put some on the altar. Hand quilted. Give them a free advertisement.
Yeah, well, it's I think it's like a entry fare ticket, like they keep tickets. Yeah, hand quilted 72 by 88 inch. I'm drawing October 30th, 2022. Wherever I go today.
Aww. Look at this forest. Crazy details. You can make a cabin out of that. Doing all my work points. This is freaking incredible. It just keeps expanding. Last time I was here, this whole outside wasn't here. You just spend hours working on it. And it's acceptable. The lizards love it. The plants love it. They're all hiding in the cracks and crevices. And we put some crystals right at the end of the spirals. Does this mean I've reached the end of the spiral?
Is there an end? Does it ever end?
I don't know.
Not when it's spinning, I guess.
It may just go where no one's been. So, a lot of people were molested around me in life. I actually wasn't. I'm filming that. That's not okay.
Like eyeballs that have tears.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's sad. But I know like a lot more this year. Guys find more happy tears, like that whole laughing, can't stop, tears in your eyes kind of. I guess that's mushrooms though.
This part will definitely have a music montage over it, Nate. Well, but that means that where you're at, the weather changes, sometimes unpredictably out of season. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That might be really nice for old Nate. So there's Table Rock with the face. We have to go down to the bottom of this canyon and then up the other side if we're gonna actually try and do it. And last time I hiked out there, the forest was as thick as that little clump. And this sure looks like some massive caldera to me, but who knows, you know? It's definitely solid ash. And highly erosive because it's all soft rock. It's volcanic ash basically, so it's got 1,000 little ravines and hoodoos and all kinds of features going on. And that's actually where we're headed next, is down that path. The sun is still high and we still have a bunch of hours too. And we're gonna have rain soon. X marks the spot. Look how big that layer of ash is. That's just relative. When I say hundreds of feet thick, you can see hundreds of feet thick. Just deposits. And who knows what's out in there. Look at those formations. The castle. You could spend all day long just hiking around each one of these crazy rock faces. You can start to see the face of Table Rock. Big old rocks. And we're heading down the trail and into the canyon. Here we go. So there's Napa Valley still. We have to climb up there, but first we have to go to the bottom of this. I've said that a few times. The trees are coming back from their bases. The rocks up here are definitely cool. I could film those forever. This is really awesome contrast right now because of the green of the grass instead of being all golden and stuff.
I was just thinking, you know, like those moments when you stop and you just look and it's just like it's unexplainably awe, you know, like you cannot explain this to people and have them feel what you're feeling right now or the way I'm feeling looking at it.
Just look at the seating, the stairs, and wow. That's no doubt the trail down. So that's all, just down there and up. We're almost at the bottom. Wow. Each one of these mounts has its own thing. This one's all going upright. Wow. Okay, we're going down. Down, down, down. So this is the bottom of the canyon. And then we go up the other side, up to there. That's beautiful, the amount of rivets and stuff in the middle of the day. Just checking real quick. Oh, no, tree frog. Tree frog. For rattlesnakes, yes, and any cool rock that might have selected itself to the bottom of the canyon. This is where we could look for our pyrites or any clues, because this has eroded the entire mountainside above. And so if it was up above, it would have a good chance of being in the bottom too, without having to search the entire surrounding uppers. This stuff is really cool. Might be some sort of gabbro. It's fine crystals all through it, black. Don't think it's obsidian. I think it probably is a rock from down deep. Maybe gabbro itself, although I guess that would have green in it. But we'll take a closer look at that. I'll hike that out. And then a quick look upstream. And there's a whole secret canyon you could follow off through the hills. But we're not going to, we're going uphill.
But it is pretty.
About halfway to that other top. Just the crazy shapes. Wow. Wonder if those are white lichens or if they're agates stuck in the volcanic rock. Probably these white lichens. But we would be in the zone to find whatever. Wow. What a crazy view into the mineral world with all of the fire damage. And such. See those agate nodules? There are other chunks of rock, but not agates. Yeah, and white.
There's the bottom of one right there.
That's how it is in spots in Oregon. Whole walls of agates I've seen. Did we lose our trail?
No, it's the creek. Huh? And then
Oh, it switches across. Yeah, I have you for scale. That's insane. I climbed all around Pinnacles Monument down there and shot everything, and then that's the worst part about editing it was I realized that it was really hard to tell the scale, especially with these cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time that my dog or a kid or anybody like goes through the scene, something you can recognize. Wow. There's gonna be a lot of heavy breathing in this video. It's just how it goes. This is a cool trail. This is a cool trail. Wow. Wow. The rain has really just eroded this tuft into some crazy patterning. Wow. Wowzers. This would be really cool to stand here in the rain because these are all mini channels and stuff.
I have all kinds of little mini waterfalls.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. This is like 3 mini canyons coming down here. That's that cathedral that we were just hiking at, so we have to climb back out of this canyon on the other side. And then uphill. Climbing up. Spinning around.
That's freaking awesome.
Castles. Oh, look at these crazy mini rock canyons and stuff. Wow.
I was thinking that when you were talking about the waterfall.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's the top of the rock. This view up here is so incredible. We can belly crawl to the edge and check it out. Like smart people do. Lasky Point, 0.6 miles. Historic Oat Hill, 3.9 miles. Mine Road, Calistoga, 8.4 miles. There's no arrows on any of those, so I assume they just mean you go along this ridge line, you know? We go up there to Pride Rock, where the lions will be waiting.
I was thinking like bear.
Yeah.
Head.
Bear head. And you can see we're on solid rock, and all the other rocks are pretty loose. So, not much soil up here. Less and less organic. And very Irish and Scottish looking rocklands, and we're above even the heathers. Jets flying through the sky. And all of the patterns that you see are geology and erosion. Little lizard. Lizard! And over here there's a crazy cliff face. So. Don't fall off the cliff. Yeah, these are those views. See out into the far valleys. But that's not the top. The sheer face is over here. And it's flat and straight down. And the texture, very
Big old walnut.
Where? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Details. Let's go check this little valley out. Wow, that is cool. These patterns of erosion in here. And this is all like a little, well, probably a run strip for the landing craft. This is where the actual alien ship lands, and they can't see it from anywhere. You could also camp right up in here and have an incredibly hidden little stealth camp. Oh, look at these. These are cool. Phacelia. Oh, and rock lizard. And those are Phacelia about to bust out. Look at this camp. You could have a fire. You'd be facing out to nowhere, out to the castle. You'd have this dish where everybody could kind of feel safe in. The firelight would like bounce off of it. You're surrounded in rock. You'd be like windproof. Well, semi. But you'd be like down in it. Wow. So many caves over there. Bet you we can go around this lip here. Yeah, table rock. Like a chunk.
Did it so special?
Okay, do not fall off the rock. Do not fall off the rock. Do not fall off the rock. Big harder stones that have eroded out that are sitting like and these views. Oh, we're not even on it yet. We made it. Yeah, for sure. This is what's up here. Yeah, that's the actual, if we want to go out to the highest point and look off the edge and have the square face and stuff. And wow, there's a solar dish on the far canyon wall there, hidden in the rocks facing out. Oh, it's probably rangers. It's probably for poachers and everything else. It's probably running cameras. Oh, there's wanted up here too. This is like the highest point on Table Rock. Wow. Mount St. Helena over here. Way in the distance there. And the entire East Bay, and then the Napa Valley coming up through Vallejo and American Canyon. All the way up. I'm gonna climb over there and look off that edge. ash layers were laid in so the erosion can show up in those patterns with big hearts there and stuck into the whole thing. Oh wow, we have to look over these edges. Look at these little camps too. This is incredible. There's no wind here all of a sudden. Look at these little flat spots. You have to come here. Wow. It's hard to describe how windy it just was up here, and then how calm it is right here, and how flat, perfectly flat. It's like a cement floor with just some pebbles over it. And there's the canyon. There's actually another one here. These are the perfect camps.
That's windy.
Step down in here. It's sunny and there's no wind. It's beautiful.
So you get up in the middle of the night and try to go pee.
Yeah, no drunk people and
Some solar lights maybe.
yeah, definitely like by the edge.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you can get the scape and scale of it. That is super fun. That feels like
Cozy.
cozy and flat. It's so flat, it feels so solid and so safe. I guess it's because it's table rock. When somebody leave here, it's California. I guess we have to expect that stuff. Oh, and that's somebody's house. Good house. Look at these little lips. It's like a mini canyon. Boom.
All kinds of natural seating. That's it.
Little hangstone. Yeah. Yeah, these are the shelves in the pantry and the kitchen, and little beds and benches, and the TV is incredible. This is like the widescreen that you just can't beat this.
Holy cow.
Don't fall off cliff.
That's crazy.
Don't fall off cliff.
You're a good actor.
I didn't, that was real. I actually slipped. I'm a paid professional stunt fool. Okay. Okay, that's a crack that goes to the bottom of the valley. From here, that is a separate piece of rock. I am not climbing out on it. And there's Mount St. Helena. There is Alexander Valley and Knights Valley and Petaluma and Santa Rosa and Sonoma. You can see we will see the entire San Francisco Bay from up there. Maybe not the entire, but most of it. And look at these cliff faces. This is the type of scale that you're talking about here. I'm gonna step back from the edge so that I just got this feeling that this is undercut, like, you know, by like 1,000 feet, and we're out on like a pointy ledge already, so I'm having a hard time beating that sensation. I wish that I had brought my stick that this goes on. Bummer. Okay, we're belly crawling. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that is definitely a cliff, and it goes down. That's what I could tell you about cliffs. This is that part in the dream. Well, we won't talk about that, but wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. There's Highway 29 that twists up and over the mountain and goes down that route, down the ridge. I think this view pretty much talks for itself. The caves and canyon cliffs. love these big rocks that are embedded in it with everything else eroding away. These steps. Look at this vein work over here. Infinite little hideouts and cozies too. This is really cool. You can be braver around these edges because we won't fall super far. Look at these little mini canyons. Veins of maybe silicate. We'll get over there and check that for sure. See what's gluing that together. See, there's some over here. Little dikes of some sort running through it. Okay. I hope that this video is still entertaining. It's a bunch of scenery, but it is incredible stuff to be here. I recommend coming and checking it out if you get the chance, for sure. There's our cathedral little spot where we have to hike up from. But be careful, and little kids, I don't know. This was pretty rugged. You have to have good knees and good everything probably to make it the whole way. Yeah, this is pretty far down, all the way around the edge here, and the wind is blowing strong, so you know. Whew. And all these hills until recently had the trees that you see down here in the bottom, so a lot of this rock was obscured, and oh, it is just really cool. I hope this is capturing some of it. Oh, there's an anchor bolt. From right there, it's so sheer. So, take you out to the edge here. This is where you lean back and you get lower and lower and lower so you don't do anything foolish. We're gonna crawl out to the edge, little anchor bolt over the edge here. When you're anchored in, you can climb down. Man, I would bring some cushion for this edge though. If I ever saw something that was gonna cut your stuff. And I'd use some backup grabbers for sure, because who knows, this rock wears out. Check out this face right here. Look at that. There's a person. Those are all going to come off there one by one in time. So we're gonna hide these all over the top of this thing on our way out of here, but we have an hour and a half of sunlight left, so that should get us back to the parking lot at dark. We'll do it carefully, but we got a boogie. And I'm gonna run up there to the top of that and look over the very tippy-toppy edge. Sorry.
Hopefully there's a to be continued.
To be continued. Okay, but these will be up here. So there's a couple right there. Please don't. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's see what kind of more views there are. It's a really bald spot there. Hopefully this crack doesn't open up while we're out here. Just kidding. Kinda. I have no idea how ridiculous this is right here. It'll make you nervous, right? Oh wow, like a really long time. Okay. Okay. So this is the edge. Okay. So we're out on those things that we were looking at from the other side. We're looking down the faces now. That's overhung. I'm not going out on that last one, you have to forgive me. I have this thing. It's called a survival instinct. Y'all can use that whenever you want to also, because it's a good thing. That is the way to look over the edge. This is where we were. Because then you can get the idea of straight down, but you don't have to stand on things that have cracks in them like that. I don't want to be that 200 pounds that opened some of these bread loaves up here. That's ridiculous, and then we're going to retreat off of here and get ourselves home safe. Okay, so there you go. We did that today. Thank you for sticking with me on this one if you have so far. And yeah, is that view. Mount Diablo, Mount Veeder, all of the Napa Valley, the slices and layers tilted this way and that. The geology is just crazy, and this is the face of the Palisades, so when you're down there looking up and you see that gray wedge that's leading up to Mount St. Helena, this is what you're looking at. Okay, we gotta go. The white color tuff, whatever this stuff is, whatever that stuff is, but just all three colors. There's. Okay, off we go. Sure, that's a sweet spot. The pause rock. It's like the fortress wall. Right. You literally sit here and defend yourself and then run off into the caves. Okay, well, that was all that. I don't need to show it in reverse. So we are going to hike down now.